Hey guys, what's up? It's Cyclone, and I have another beer review for you all today. This one should be a very tasty treat. I have 3 bottles of this beer from Trillium. I am having one as fresh as I can, basically. This bottle was done on the 11th of this month, and it is now the 23rd. Guys, this is the barrel-aged crates. Yeah. This sounded to me like your quintessential barrel-aged dessert pastry stout. I just want to get into it. The other ones, there's no coffee to my understanding, so these can age for 10 years, as long as you want. As long as you want, man. It's probably going to only get smoother. But these beers are usually so good, even out of the bottle without any additional cellaring. It's always good to try one fresh and then age some a year or two and see how they turn out. It's always a lot of fun to do that. Oh my God. It smells like, it literally smells like a bourbon-filled chocolate. I don't know, like, you get one of those awesome chocolates in the box. It smells like you have a chocolate, but there's bourbon in the middle. Big time bourbon here. Wonderful, wonderful bourbon nose, guys. Really good. A little bit of prune in there. Definitely a slight dark fruit note coming out in the nose as well. Fig and prune, yeah. Chocolate. There's the bakers. A little bit of milk. Brown sugar, perhaps. Definitely toffee. Big time toffee nose. Big time toffee. We're talking that like dark, really dark toffee. Caramel, vanilla, prune, fig, chocolate. I'm getting everything, man. I'm getting the exactly what I want. Look at that beer, guys. Wow. I believe it's 14.8% alcohol. I would have to, hang on, does it say on the bottle? I know it's on the website, but 14.3. 14.3, guys. And this is a collaboration beer between Trillium and Private Press Brewing, it looks like. Oh, smells so good. Let's taste this bad boy, shall we? Let's go. I'm ready for this. That is phenomenal. Nice and roasted, too. There's a lovely bourbon presence in here on a fresh bottle. You get some of that charred oak almost, some of that smokiness. Outstanding. Super smooth, guys. The mouthfeel is just about at, I want to say an 8.5 out of 10. 8 to 8.5. Slightly fudgy, but it's not choking you. It has a velvety texture. Wow. There's a lovely roasted, toasted aspect in the malt here. It's very nice. A slight liquid smoke thing going on. Very, very good. Wow. That is freaking delicious. That's just so easy for 14.3%. That's wonderful. The oak barrel. There's a slight char in there, but it's right there. But it's so perfectly done. It's not overbearing to me at all. It's wonderful. If you like the roasted malts amped up to that next level, like this is fantastic. Getting that dark chocolate. You're getting some caramel and some toffee. But that bourbon and that oak is right in there. It's like bam. It's the core of this whole thing. With a little bit of charred wood. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. The mouthfeel is phenomenal. Oh, it's so good. That's it, man. That's how you do a super imperial. That's it. This is how you do it. I can't. I'm never. I'm never. Disappointed ever by this brewery. Do I have like slight variations between what I'm getting? Yeah, sometimes like 9 versus 10, but I don't think I've ever gone below a 9. Like I think everything I've tried from this brewery, and I try to get their good stuff. That's. I like good beer, right? So I try to get good stuff. I look at what it is. I look at the price tag. I think about it. This brewery, basically, I know that I pay for what I get. Is basically how I treat it. So I get the more expensive stuff, the more special release stuff. And more often than not, I'm really, really impressed. This is an absolutely phenomenal Super Imperial. That's freaking delicious. There could be a slight rye spice in there, maybe. There's the bourbon barrel. It's so big, bam. It's so delicious. But it's surprisingly dry and drinkable. Kind of like you get that, and it slowly melts away this bourbon wood aftertaste on the finish. Oh, that's how you do a bourbon barrel aged stout. That is phenomenal. It needs to breathe. I'll come back soon. Hey guys, it's Cyclone back here with the barrel aged crates by Trillium and Private Press Brewing. So just a little background. Brad Clark is the person who launched Private Press in the middle of this year. He had been at Jackie O's. Now Jackie O's, I believe they're out of Ohio, and they make some incredible dark beer. Like that's what their calling card is. So he's now doing this new project and Trillium, and he came around to make this barrel aged monster together. And they started this project in 2018. They brewed this big stout together, imperial stout. Then they put it into the barrels for 2.5 years. 2.5 years of maturation. You never hear that. I've heard 2. They've done some beers at 2. 2.5? 2.5 years. That's unbelievable. No wonder it tastes so good right out of the bottle. You don't actually have to cellar this at all if you don't want to. It's not going to hurt you if you do. But what I can tell you right now, they've aged this to a perfect maturity. The oak, vanilla, barrel-aged notes that you're looking for the bourbon barrel aging, it's so good here. I think it's the best I've ever had. In terms of that plus its drinkability, it has a layer of smoke. It has a layer of molasses. A layer of, they say toasted marshmallow. I can see what they're going for. But you just have to understand, this is not actually a pastry stout. This is a barrel-aged stout at 14.3% with a very finely tuned aging process. And it is so, I just can't explain it. That's the most drinkable beer I've ever had at this age. Like, there's not even a second place contender that's even close. Even from Trillium, like, I've had some of their other stouts and ales at 14%. I did a couple. This one is without a doubt the easiest to take down. This is so velvety. The barrel notes and the smokiness and the dark roasted notes are just bam. But the mouthfeel and the alcohol are so velvety and they're kind of soft. It's thick, don't get me wrong. It's a full mouth and palate experience. You get the malt all the way down, but it's the velvety malt. It's that aged malt. It's the malt that you have to look for normally when you want a cellar beer, and they've done it for you. So what they've done is they've done that and upped the price to $26 a bottle. That's fine. This is absolutely a $26 bottle of beer. And a more commercial brewer, it might be $30. I could easily see this being sold for, look, it's a $7.50. This is easily a $30 bottle in terms of quality. I've had beer at this price that wasn't even at the ABV we're seeing here, and it wasn't this impressive. Like this is like Mount Rushmore for barrel-aged stouts. I don't think I can say with confidence that I've been more impressed with a barrel-aged beer, even from these guys. You know, they've done some pastry stouts, which are fantastic. They throw in some sweet adjuncts. They throw in some other things. But a hardcore barrel-aged beer from these guys at this ABV, this is about as good as it gets. And I've done some that I've never reviewed, guys. I did one, I forget what it was called even. There was one that had honey in it and one that was done in a port barrel. And those beers were great. This is better. This is another level. Oh, that nose is fantastic. It's exactly what you're looking for in a barrel-aged stout. It has all those oaky roasted notes. You get the roasted malt. You get some dark chocolate, some toasted wood. You get some of that, molasses and toffee, a little bit of caramel. That's the shit. That is a barrel-aged stout. Bourbon barrel-aged stout. Perfection. They made the right base stout. They chose the right barrels. The flavors came out naturally. It's an old-fashioned beer, but it is so freaking good. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. You know, it's a 4.51 on Untappd. I think some people are getting used to the pastry stouts, and I love them myself. But when you want to go back to basics, this is interdimensional. This is as good as a basic, straightforward aged stout could probably ever get. I don't see how this could be any better. I'm looking for it. What I'm experiencing is the pinnacle. They took the time to age it for you. It's so good. It's priced appropriately. I know $26 sounds like a lot. It is. But this could easily be a $30 bottle if it was a commercial maker. There's no doubt. You know, if you double the price of a Bourbon County, you end up with this basically, right? At least here in Massachusetts. So it's appropriate, and you're getting the $7.50 bottle. You're getting a full serving, and it's like, you get hammered on this shit. It's so much fun. I'm staying in today. I'm going to probably fall asleep after this. But that's great, you know? Like, wow. What a beer. Old-fashioned, done right to the utmost perfection. That's it. The drinkability is a 20 out of 10. It's so velvety and easy at this alcohol. And the bourbon is there. It's like, here I am. You taste the barrel. You taste what you're paying for. And that's important. So that's interdimensional in the old school barrel-aged stout category. And I think it's my favorite straightforward. I think this is better than Bourbon County. I think the drinkability is on just another tier up. And the bourbon notes are still there. This is fantastic. You have to go get this. If what I explained to you, you like Bourbon County, you like barrel-aged stouts, you like big, bold beers that are surprisingly drinkable, this is at the top of my list. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. Cyclone signing off.